Hello, I'm Krista Gibson, and this is Growing Older and Wiser. I'd like to revisit a topic that I spoke about a while back, but for some reason this is coming up a lot, so either I need to talk about it or you need to hear it, or somebody you know needs to hear it. I want to talk about this whole thing about letting go of our stuff. There have been different TV shows and books written and death cleaning and all these different things, and I think most of us are more aware than we used to be, perhaps, about clearing out our stuff. Well, as we age, I think what's important to recognize is we end up with more stuff, unless we're the kind of person who is regularly giving away things or getting rid of things. I have a friend, or had a friend, she's passed on, but I think she took it to an extreme. Her house, she kept her house so clean and so uncluttered that she wouldn't even keep a greeting card over a couple of weeks. I think it was a month. She would allow a greeting card to stay in the house. Drove her husband nuts because he liked to keep things. He liked mementos, but she said no. She said, I got the greeting card. I enjoyed the greeting card. Why am I going to have it sit around in a drawer? And she had a point. She's right. I don't know if I totally agree with her, but I like to keep greeting cards and things like that longer than a month, but I get her point, is why would we hold on to things? Which is something I think we all need to look at. If you look around your home and you find that you're keeping a lot of things that you don't use anymore, I think it is important to ask yourself why you're holding on to it. Now, when we recently, I keep saying recently moved, it's been a year and a half. But we had, besides having a house, where we had our stuff, we had 2 sheds outside where we would put stuff, Christmas decorations, hobby materials, old tax records, stuff like that. And over the years, we didn't always, we took some stuff and got rid of it, but truthfully, there was stuff that piled up. And so when it was time to move, we just decided, there is stuff in those sheds that we haven't even looked at in 20 years. We're going to hire somebody to come out, load the stuff up, and take it to recycling, the dump, take it out where it needs to go. Because physically I wasn't able to do it, and neither was my spouse. And so that's what we did. And I sat there and watching them, a couple of guys, pulling everything out of our sheds and loading it up. And I'll tell you what, I had to metaphorically sit on my hands a few times because I saw things and went, oh, I might want that. Oh, but I might need that. And I had to sit on my hands and say, Krista, you have not missed that for the last 10, 15, 20 years. What makes you think you're going to start using it now just because you're going to be pulling it out of the shed? It was such an exercise in letting go, of just letting go of things, of situations, of people, of memories. It was incredibly healing and what's the word I'm looking for? Cleansing, feeling lighter, letting go of burdens, letting go of memories. It was just wonderful. So you may not have 2 sheds full of stuff, but who knows? You might have a garage full of stuff. My message to you is take a look around your house, take a look around your property, and ask, are there things here that I'm just not using anymore? Now, if you have children, then ask your children if they want them. Ask your grandchildren. I don't know. I don't have kids or grandchildren, so that wasn't an option for me. But if you have people in your life or friends who might want your stuff, tell them, hey, I'm letting go of it. Do you want it? If not, give it to Goodwill. Sometimes they'll come, or St. Vincent de Paul will come and pick things up. Other times, maybe find a friend who will take it for you if it's hard for you to do yourself. But go through your stuff. One of the things, that has been said by more than one person is, do you want to pass on and make somebody else go through all your stuff for you? Don't you want to do it for them? Now, some people I know say that. They say, yeah, I don't want to go through it. I'm going to let my kids do it, see what they want. And hey, if that's your decision, and if you feel clear with that and your home is in good order and you've got stuff in the garage and you're going to let your kids handle it, hey, more power to you. Many of us don't have that, and so this stuff would just continue to accumulate. So take a good look at your stuff and kind of really see, is there somebody that you can give it all to, or bits and pieces, so that you are not burdened with it. Now, what I have found once we made the move and unpacked stuff, there's still some things we brought that I look at it and go, why did I bring this? And then there are some other things that I've said, why did we give that away? I would love to have it, but you make those decisions in the moment and then you live with the results of them. And that's fine. None of it was earth shaking. Anything earth shaking we took or didn't take, and everything's fine. But take a look and just kind of relax into this and take a look at your stuff and see what is serving you. What is tying you down? What is making you feel bad? There's some things maybe you really just don't need to keep, and they don't make you feel good anymore. Maybe at the time they felt great, but now they're like, oh, I'm really sorry I have that. And if you need help going through your stuff, find somebody to help you. There are people you can hire. There's also volunteers through different organizations. I'll just toss that out. I don't know where you live or what, but maybe you have friends. But get somebody to help you if it's something that you can't do on your own. But I would like to suggest that part of growing wiser as we grow older is knowing what's important to hold on to and what we can let go of. And I mean that on many different levels, as I'm sure you know. One of the things that I have found in going through my physical stuff and letting go of it, actually on an ongoing basis, is I feel freer, I feel lighter, I feel more on purpose and on point, because the things that I have, I use. Maybe not every day, but I use them. I don't have unused items. If there's something that I'm not using, I'm going to give it away or sell it. I'm not going to sell it because that's too much trouble. I'd rather just give it away. Anyway, that's my message for you this week, to grow older and wiser and lighter and freer. Thanks for stopping by. See you next week.